Are you tired of waking up every single morning feeling like your belly has grown overnight? Does that heavy, bloated sensation make you dread looking in the mirror or trying to button your favorite pants? If you're over 60 and nodding your head right now, I want you to know something that might change everything for you. You are absolutely not alone in this struggle. And more importantly, you are not stuck with this discomfort forever. What if I told you that thousands of seniors just like you have discovered a remarkably simple solution that takes less than 5 minutes each morning? What if this solution required no expensive supplements, no complicated diet plans, and absolutely no strenuous exercise routines that leave you exhausted? Picture yourself 10 days from now, feeling lighter, more energetic, and actually excited to get dressed in the morning, because your clothes fit the way they used to. This isn't about miracle pills or trendy powders that cost a fortune. This is about 5 incredibly common ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen right now. 5 natural elements that, when combined in a specific way and consumed at the perfect time, can help your body remember how to burn fat the way it did when you were younger. But here's what most people don't realize about these ingredients. The order you add them matters more than you might think. Before we dive into this life-changing information, I need to ask you something important. Where are you watching this video from today? Are you in your kitchen, thinking about your morning routine? Maybe you're sitting in your favorite chair, wondering if anything can really help? Drop a comment below and let me know your city or state. I love connecting with viewers from all around the world, and it helps me understand who I'm talking to when I create these videos. If this is your first time on our channel, welcome to our community of seniors who refuse to accept that feeling uncomfortable in their own bodies is just part of aging. We're here to prove that your best years can still be ahead of you. Make sure to tap that subscribe button, because I share natural health solutions specifically designed for people over 60 every single week. These aren't random tips you can find anywhere. These are carefully researched, gentle approaches that work with your body's natural processes, not against them. Now, I know you're eager to learn about this morning drink, but before we get to the recipe, you need to understand why each ingredient works. This isn't just about throwing things together and hoping for the best. Each component has been chosen for a specific reason, and when you understand the science behind it, you'll be amazed at how intelligent your body really is. Let's start with something so fundamental that you might wonder why I'm even mentioning it. Warm water. Not hot, not cold, but comfortably warm water. The kind of temperature you'd want for a relaxing bath or a soothing cup of tea. Most people completely underestimate the power of warm water, especially first thing in the morning when your digestive system is just waking up. Here's what happens inside your body when you drink warm water on an empty stomach. Your stomach muscles, which have been contracted and tight all night, begin to relax. This relaxation triggers the release of digestive enzymes that have been waiting patiently for their signal to start working. Think of it like gently waking up a sleeping friend, instead of shouting at them to get up. Your body responds so much better to gentle encouragement. But there's something even more remarkable happening that most people never realize. Warm water actually increases your core body temperature slightly, and your metabolism has to work to bring that temperature back to normal. This process burns calories, but more importantly, it signals to your entire system that it's time to start the day's work of processing, cleaning, and renewing. I met a woman named Mary last year during one of my health seminars. She was 67 years old and had been struggling with morning bloating for over 15 years. She told me that every morning felt like a battle just to get out of bed, because her stomach felt so heavy and uncomfortable. Mary started drinking just 1 cup of warm water first thing each morning, nothing else added. Within a week, she noticed that the heavy feeling was lessening. By the end of the first month, she said her mornings had been completely transformed. But what Mary discovered next about adding just 1 more ingredient changed everything she thought she knew about morning routines. The second ingredient might surprise you, because it's something that many people avoid due to its strong taste and smell. Apple cider vinegar. But before you wrinkle your nose and think about skipping this part, let me explain why this particular type of vinegar is absolutely crucial for anyone dealing with stubborn belly fat, especially after 60. Apple cider vinegar contains something called acetic acid, and this compound does something remarkable in your digestive system. It slows down the rate at which sugar enters your bloodstream after you eat. This is incredibly important for seniors because as we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing sugar and carbohydrates. When sugar hits your system too quickly, your body panics and immediately stores it as fat, usually right around your midsection. But apple cider vinegar does something else that's even more impressive. It actually helps your body produce more of the enzymes that break down fat. Think of these enzymes as tiny workers whose job is to take stored fat and convert it back into energy your body can use. As we get older, we naturally produce fewer of these enzymes, which is one reason why weight becomes so much harder to manage after 60. Apple cider vinegar gives your body the tools it needs to start working efficiently again. There's a gentleman named Harold who shared his story with me recently. At 72 years old, Harold had tried everything to lose the weight around his middle. He'd given up bread, he'd tried walking more, he'd even attempted some of those complicated diet plans his daughter found online. Nothing worked, and he was getting frustrated. When Harold started adding just 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to his morning routine, something shifted. The cravings that had been driving him to snack all day started to disappear. His energy levels became more stable, but the real transformation happened when Harold discovered the third ingredient that made everything work together like a perfectly orchestrated symphony. Lemon juice. Fresh, bright, tangy lemon juice that does far more than just make your water taste better. When you squeeze fresh lemon into warm water with apple cider vinegar, you're creating a powerful combination that your liver absolutely loves. Your liver is like the janitor of your body, constantly working to clean out toxins, process fats, and keep everything running smoothly. But after decades of life, your liver can get overwhelmed and sluggish. Lemon juice contains natural compounds called citrus bioflavonoids that give your liver exactly what it needs to start working more efficiently. These compounds help your liver produce more bile, which is essential for breaking down fats. When dysentery, your liver can process fats more effectively. Those stubborn deposits around your belly finally have a chance to be burned for energy, instead of just sitting there making you uncomfortable. But here's something most people don't know about lemon juice. It's highly alkalizing in your body, even though it tastes acidic. This is important because many seniors have bodies that have become too acidic over the years due to processed foods, stress, and medications. When your body is too acidic, it holds onto fat as a protective mechanism. Lemon juice helps restore the proper pH balance, and when your body feels safe and balanced, it's much more willing to let go of stored fat. I want to tell you about Doris, a 65-year-old retired teacher who had been dealing with digestive issues for years. She'd wake up feeling bloated, struggle through breakfast, and by afternoon she'd feel so sluggish that she'd need a nap just to function. Doris started her morning routine with warm water, apple cider vinegar, and fresh lemon juice. The first thing she noticed was that her morning bloating started to disappear. Then she realized she wasn't getting that afternoon energy crash anymore. But when Doris added the fourth ingredient, something happened that she never expected. Her chronic joint stiffness started to improve too. Ginger. This warming aromatic root has been used for thousands of years to heal and restore the body. And modern science is finally catching up to what traditional healers have always known. Ginger doesn't just settle your stomach or help with nausea. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory that can help reduce the inflammation in your digestive system that's been making you feel bloated and uncomfortable. When you're dealing with belly fat, especially the stubborn kind that seems impossible to lose. Inflammation is often the hidden culprit. Chronic inflammation in your gut makes it harder for your body to absorb nutrients properly, disrupts the signals between your brain and your stomach, and creates an environment where fat storage is favored over fat burning. Ginger works to calm this inflammation gently and naturally. Fresh ginger also increases thermogenesis in your body, which is just a fancy way of saying it helps you burn more calories. It does this by increasing circulation and slightly raising your body temperature. This isn't the harsh, jittery feeling you might get from caffeine. Instead, it's a gentle warming that helps your metabolism work more efficiently throughout the entire day. But perhaps most importantly for seniors, ginger helps with something called gastric motility. This means it helps food move through your digestive system at the right pace. When food sits too long in your stomach or intestines, it can ferment and create gas, bloating, and that heavy feeling that makes you want to avoid eating altogether. Ginger keeps things moving smoothly and comfortably. Bernice, a 70-year-old grandmother from Texas, shared with me that she'd been avoiding social meals with her family because eating had become so uncomfortable. She'd feel bloated for hours after even small meals, and the discomfort was affecting her quality of life. When Bernice added fresh grated ginger to her morning drink, she noticed that her digestion improved dramatically. Meals became enjoyable again instead of something to dread. But the fifth and final ingredient was what made Bernice's transformation truly remarkable. It's the one ingredient that ties everything together and amplifies the effects of all the others. The comments are already starting to come in, and I'm seeing so many of you sharing your own struggles with morning bloating and stubborn belly fat. Keep those comments coming because your stories help other viewers realize they're not alone in this journey. And if you're finding this information helpful, please take just a second to hit that like button. It really helps other seniors discover these natural solutions, and it lets me know that you want more content like this. Cinnamon. This warming, sweet spice that reminds you of home-baked cookies and cozy winter mornings is actually one of nature's most powerful tools for regulating blood sugar and boosting metabolism. But not just any cinnamon will do. You want Ceylon cinnamon, also known as true cinnamon, which is gentler and more effective than the common cassia cinnamon found in most grocery stores. Here's why cinnamon is absolutely essential for anyone over 60 who's struggling with belly fat. As we age, our cells become what scientists call insulin resistant. This means that when you eat something, even something healthy, your body has to produce more and more insulin to get the sugar from your food into your cells, where it can be used for energy. When your cells resist insulin, that sugar gets converted to fat and stored around your midsection. Cinnamon contains natural compounds that make your cells more sensitive to insulin again. It's like giving your cells a gentle reminder of how they're supposed to work. When your cells respond properly to insulin, your body stops storing everything as fat and starts using food for energy the way it did when you were younger. This is why so many seniors notice that their afternoon energy crashes disappear when they start including cinnamon in their morning routine. But cinnamon does something else that's particularly important for seniors. It helps slow down the emptying of your stomach, which means you feel satisfied longer after eating. This isn't about forcing yourself to eat less or fighting cravings all day. Instead, it's about your body naturally regulating its hunger signals, so you don't find yourself standing in front of the refrigerator wondering what you're looking for. Thomas, a 68-year-old retired mechanic, told me his story about battling sugar cravings that seemed to get worse every year. By 3 o'clock every afternoon, he'd find himself reaching for cookies or candy, and he couldn't understand why his willpower seemed to disappear at the same time every day. Thomas had no idea that his morning blood sugar spikes were setting him up for those afternoon crashes. When he started adding a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to his morning drink, those cravings simply vanished. He didn't have to fight them or use willpower. His body had finally remembered how to maintain steady energy throughout the day. But the way Thomas prepared his drink made all the difference in how quickly he saw results. Now, let me share with you the exact recipe that has helped thousands of seniors reclaim their mornings and their confidence. This isn't complicated, but the order and proportions matter more than you might think. You'll need 1 cup of comfortably warm water, the kind that feels soothing when you test it on your wrist. Add 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with the mother, which means it contains the beneficial bacteria and enzymes that make it so effective. Squeeze in the juice of half a fresh lemon, which should give you about 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. If you want to add a little extra power, you can grate a small amount of lemon peel into the mixture, but this is completely optional. Next, add 1 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger root. If you can't find fresh ginger, you can use half a teaspoon of ground ginger, but fresh is always more potent. Finally, add 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon powder and give everything a gentle stir. Let the mixture sit for about 2 minutes to allow all the flavors and compounds to blend together properly. This isn't just about taste. Those 2 minutes allow the cinnamon to fully dissolve and the ginger to release its active compounds into the water. Drink this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, at least 30 minutes before you eat anything else. Sip it slowly and mindfully. This isn't medicine you're forcing down. Think of it as a gentle wake-up call for your entire digestive system. Some people prefer to drink it through a straw to protect their tooth enamel from the acidity, and that's perfectly fine. But here's something crucial that most people don't understand about natural remedies. More is not always better, and natural doesn't mean you can use unlimited amounts. Your body needs time to adjust and respond to these ingredients, especially if you've been struggling with digestive issues for years. The timing of when you drink this mixture could be the difference between seeing dramatic results and feeling disappointed. Let me be very clear about some important considerations. Because this drink contains lemon juice and apple cider vinegar, both of which are acidic, you should rinse your mouth with plain water after drinking it or use a straw to minimize contact with your teeth. Wait at least 30 minutes before brushing your teeth, as brushing immediately after consuming acidic foods can actually damage your enamel. If you're taking any medications, especially those for diabetes or blood pressure, you need to talk to your doctor before starting this. Routine. Apple cider vinegar can interact with certain medications, and both cinnamon and ginger can affect blood sugar levels. This is particularly important if you're taking insulin or other diabetes medications. Start with smaller amounts if you have a sensitive stomach. You might want to begin with just 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and work up to 2 tablespoons over the course of a week. Listen to your body. If you experience any stomach upset, nausea, or heartburn, reduce the amount of apple cider vinegar or take a break for a few days. I recommend following this routine for 10 days, then taking a 3-day break before starting another 10-day cycle. This gives your body time to process and integrate the changes, and it prevents your system from becoming too accustomed to the ingredients. Natural remedies work best when your body doesn't take them for granted. Now, what can you realistically expect after 10 days of following this routine? The changes might surprise you because they go far beyond just weight loss. Most people notice within the first 3 to 4 days that they're waking up feeling lighter. That heavy, bloated sensation that made mornings so unpleasant starts to fade away. By day 5 or 6, you'll probably notice that your cravings for sugary snacks and processed foods have diminished significantly. This isn't willpower. Your blood sugar is becoming more stable throughout the day, so your body isn't desperately searching for quick energy fixes. You might find yourself naturally choosing healthier foods without having to think about it, or force yourself. Around day 7, many people report that their energy levels become more consistent. Instead of that afternoon crash that sends you looking for a nap or a caffeine fix, you'll find yourself maintaining steady energy from morning until evening. Your sleep might improve too, because your body isn't working so hard to process sugar. Spikes and crashes throughout the day. By day 10, you should notice that your clothes fit differently. This isn't necessarily dramatic weight loss, although some people do lose several pounds. It's more about losing the bloating and inflammation that was making you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. Your waistline might feel less tight, and you might find yourself standing a little taller because you're not constantly trying to hide your midsection. But perhaps the most important change is how you feel about yourself. When you wake up feeling comfortable in your body, when you can eat meals without worrying about bloating, when you have steady energy throughout the day, it changes your entire outlook. You start to remember that your body is capable of feeling good, and that feeling good is something you deserve regardless of your age. Sarah, a 71-year-old retired nurse, summed it up perfectly when she told me that this simple morning routine gave her back her confidence. She said she'd forgotten what it felt like to wake up excited about the day instead of dreading how her stomach would feel. After just 10 days, Sarah discovered something that changed not just her mornings, but her entire relationship with food and her body. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You're not counting calories, measuring portions, or following complicated meal plans. You're simply giving your body the tools it needs to remember how to work efficiently. You're supporting your natural digestive processes instead of fighting against them. Remember, this isn't about perfection. If you miss a day, don't give up entirely. Just start again the next morning. If the taste takes some getting used to, that's completely normal. Your taste buds will adjust, and many people find that they actually start to crave their morning drink because of how good it makes them feel. This is about more than losing belly fat or reducing bloating. This is about reclaiming your vitality and proving to yourself that your best years don't have to be behind you. Every morning that you choose to prepare this drink, you're choosing to invest in your health and well-being. You're saying that you matter, that your comfort matters, and that you deserve to feel good in your own body. Your body has been waiting patiently for you to give it what it needs to heal and restore itself. These 5 simple ingredients work together to create an environment where your body can remember how to burn fat efficiently, digest food comfortably, and maintain steady energy throughout the day. If this video has helped you understand how to support your body's natural healing processes, I want to ask for your help in return. If you're able, and this content has brought value to your life, consider leaving a super thanks. Your financial help allows me to continue researching and sharing these natural health solutions that can make such a difference for seniors. Every bit of support helps this channel reach more people who need these gentle, effective approaches to better health. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel because I'm constantly discovering new ways to help seniors feel their best using natural methods. We're building a community of people who refuse to accept that aging has to mean feeling uncomfortable, tired, or unhealthy. Try this morning routine for 10 days and pay attention to how you feel. Notice the changes in your energy, your digestion, your cravings, and your overall sense of well-being. Then come back and share your experience in the comments. Your story might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear to take that first step toward feeling better. But here's something to think about as you begin this journey. If 5 simple ingredients can create such profound changes in how your body processes food and burns fat, what other natural solutions has your body been waiting for? What other gentle, powerful remedies are hiding in plain sight, waiting to help you reclaim your vitality and joy? The answers might surprise you more than you ever imagined.